Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, Buttercups. This is an impromptu video, not planned out in any sort of way, but I was really mulling over any of the problems, hindrances, concerns, so on and so forth, of what's holding me back from finishing just the first draft of a novel, and I have figured it out. Okay, so for Murderous Fairies, this is the second book in the Midnight Detective Agency book series. First book is right here. I am at about 28,000 words, and for this book series, it's going to be 50,000 words or less. This book comes in around just like a little under 50,000 words. But that's kind of what mysteries are all about, because you can only do a mystery for so long. Like, it gets old, right? So I already knew it's not really going to get to, 50,000 or over 50,000 words, I should say. I really put in things that are needed and not wanted, and that's always been the case, but very much more so now. So you could say that I'm an underwriter, but I have just been struggling with Murderous Fairies for quite some time, and I realized it's because I'm trying to get close to at least 45,000 words, if not a little bit under or at 50,000 words. But why? I think there's this whole obsession with you need to hit at least 50,000 words for a regular-ish novel, and then you can add from there in second drafts, third drafts, whatever drafts. But what would happen if you just write the bare bones, and not even the meat, but just the bare bones of the story, and then you add to it in draft 2, 3, whatever? And I think that's really what I need to do, because I'm trying to add more stuff to make it to 45 to 50,000 words, but it's the first draft. No one's gonna see it. So why does it matter? Really, why does it matter? And yeah, there's that obsession with, I don't know why, but we've chosen 50,000 words as bare minimum, which that's my max for this book series, because if I'm gonna publish more than once a year, then y'all are gonna get 50,000 words or less, but that means I can publish 2 books a year until, the 6 books are up, right? I am not a fast writer either, so maxing at 50,000 words for a mystery, even though it's urban fantasy, that is about right. Like I said, you can only do so much with a mystery until people are like, you put too much stuff in. I want to get to the ending. Let's move this along. And I knew that from reading a lot of murder mysteries, especially the Franny Fisher book series. Most of her books are under 350 pages. Usually it's about 300 pages. There's a couple books that are over 350 pages, but those are outliers. She has 23 books, and the vast majority of them are very short. And you really can't say, at least for me, that there's filler in there. I'm sure people would be like, oh, you didn't need 2 pages about describing something or other, which, okay, valid argument, but then again, it's not like it's a 500-page mystery. It's a 300-page mystery, so it's not like it's pushing the boundaries, okay? But Obsidian Murders is 229 pages, so it's not like the first book is 375 and then I'm making Murderous Fairies way lower, 100 page less, and that would be a little weird. It would. But they're basically going to be 250 pages or less, and I like a good short book. I do write nowadays concisely, especially when I'm going for that I need stuff in here and not I want stuff in here. And with the mystery part, still working on figuring out the middle of how you go about writing mystery books and not struggling with the middle because I am a pantser at heart, and I do actually plot out a little bit. I plot out the beginning and the end. I don't know why I have trouble plotting out the middle, but here we are. My hindrance is going for 50K, the magical 50K, and maybe that's because of national, what's it called? NaNoWriMo, whatever. I've never participated in it, but the minimum is 50,000 words for that. So I think that is where that obsession with 50,000 has come about in all spaces of writing, except maybe epic fantasy and some other ones where it's like 50,000 words does not count as a book. And like epic fantasy is 100,000 minimum, right? 100,000 words. Like there's some stuff, it really depends on the genre, right? But it's like the average, one would say, is 50,000 words. So I need to work on just, I think, letting that go. And I can really bring into practice mindfulness of letting go of that 50,000 requirement and just work on those bare bones for the first draft that no one's going to see. I'm going to see it, of course, but then with my second or maybe third draft, then I add the meat to those bare bones, and that will increase the word count. And if that means that it gets to 48,000 words or 50,000 words, that's fantastic. But I think that is my main hindrance. And I'm glad I figured that out randomly. I don't even know what I was doing. I think it was just me going on and on about like, oh, I'm at 26,000, I'm at 27,000, I'm at 28,000. Like, who cares? Who actually cares? I don't know anyone that would particularly care, especially if it's first draft, unless maybe super fans, so like they know like where I'm at. But that doesn't even necessarily mean much, because yes, there's progress, but then I could like write 5,000 words in one day, which I've done before, and then not write for like 2 months because I burned myself out. So then we're stuck at whatever we're at, and like nothing has moved. So I understand for a lot of people that word count matters for progress, but for me, and I think for quite a few other people, maybe you don't know about that yet. Maybe you're still trying to find out your hindrance of finishing a first draft. But maybe just think about, is it word count? Is it the requirement of 50,000 words, or else it's not good enough? Because I don't know exactly why 50,000 words means that it's good enough, especially for a first draft. But let's forget about that and just write and remember that you're enjoying the process, and that you can go back and fix it later. You can add things to it later. The first draft does not have to be complete, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to get that first draft done. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, well, give it a try. Because I tried to make my book perfect, my first book, and it took like 15 years. So maybe mix it up. Because I learned the hard way, it's not gonna be perfect, and there's just gonna be people that don't like it, and that's fine. You can't please everyone, but you're going to try and please your ideal reader, the majority of people that want to read this book. That's what you're going for, that relate to the book, that are looking for the book, that want to read this specific story with specific themes and tropes and whatever. They want to read it, so you need to find them, and that's where the love and the super fans come from. So I think we also need to remember, not everyone's going to love that book. You're not going to get perfection at any stage, but you need to have a great product for those that want it. And if that means for the first draft, or maybe even the final draft, you're not getting that perfect 50,000 plus words, well, yeah, I mean, it might happen, and it's okay. So I need to, you know, accept that as well. I think really I need to let go of that I need to be at 50,000 words or close, or else. Really, what, or else what? I'm passive aggressively and indirectly threatening myself. Or else what, Nicole? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna work on letting it go. We're just gonna get the bare bones from here on out and see how that goes. And, you know, then add the meat in onto those bones, and then give it to my editor and be like, help. She helps. So that's not totally wrong, but I'm not gonna sound desperate for it. I'm gonna be like, hey Sarah, can you help? Put on a smile because I might cry. I messed up the middle, I think. I don't know. That's my thought process with at least Murderous Fairies. Like, I don't know about that middle. I'm like, for Obsidian Murders, the middle wasn't that bad. Yeah, sometimes you just have a book or two that just doesn't want to work with you. And it's not a problem with, what's that called? Writer's block. Oh my god. I mean, I have a block on my mind, yes. And that's called functioning. But I don't have writer's block. I think the hindrance is trying to, like, fill in to get enough words, and it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter sometimes. Or maybe half the time. Or maybe, like, the majority of the time. Yeah. And then again, it might matter to you. That's fine. I don't think it needs to matter to me, because it's preventing me from finishing the book. Like, that's a problem, because I feel like I'm obsessing over that word count, and it's just not good. It's not good anymore. So if something is not good, we're going to try something else. And so we're going to figure out if letting go and just doing the bare bones works or not. And if you're stuck, I suggest doing the same thing with me, and leave your comments below about that, or if you're already doing that, how is it working for you? Thank you so much for watching my little video, more like a rant video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, month, year, everything, and take care of yourself. Take a break. Don't burn out. I've had to take a break with this book. A little burnout right now, but I'm glad I came to this conclusion, so it's gonna work out. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.